Hello, people. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're succeeding, you're striving. Um, this is gonna be a couple videos, maybe, perhaps. I'm not sure. But I just want to start off by saying I'm glad you're here. If you're here for a reason. If you're here for a reason. Nothing is a coincidence. We are all connected. We are all a variable of the equation. We are all needed here. We all have a purpose. We all have been chosen. We have been picked to be here. We 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 yeah, nothing really comes about just because there is always a root to either the problem or the solution or what might be happening. So but moving forward is our identity. It feels like that is the complete objective of all and everything, and what it is and what it's not, and how it is and how to not. It is moving forward. Keep on going. Don't stop. On and on. This like callous, but I forgot what callus is. I'm not gonna lie, but I do know. Like I was also looking like the splinters. Like is that like when calluses grow on your hands? Like is that? Am I right or am I wrong? We're gonna look it up right now. Also, I went sorry. I went on a run in the morning. I'm a little bit stinky, so that's literally a little throwing me off. And then I got orange, but the orange is like really sour and it's bad. But yeah, that's sad. One moment, please. Also, yeah, so I feel like sometimes in these moments, I feel like everybody's leaving that isn't supposed to be here, and then as we're getting in the video, you're gonna start, or as if you're here for a reason, like you're gonna know, but like, you don't stick and you don't stay because you think you might get something. You know you're gonna get something, but it's like, all right, let's wait for some of the peeps to leave that aren't supposed to be here, I guess. I don't know. All I want to do is search up what the word callus is. I feel like it's important. My Wi-Fi doesn't work. I'm trying not to get mad at it. It's okay, Wi-Fi. Sometimes you're just some buns. Sometimes you just suck at your job. Well, callus. Bro. This is so annoying. Like, finally, a thickened, hardened area of skin that forms in response to a repeated friction, pressure, or irritation. Whoa. That continuation of friction, pressure, and irritation, mentally, physically, emotionally, is absolutely astonishing. It's literally says it repeated, 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 repeated. Anytime that I'm like about to get in this like flow state, there's something, as you can hear outside. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyways, we're just gonna try to ignore it. But yeah, callus. It just came out to be so important and definitive because it literally like it's like all that hard work, all that picking up and putting down and lifting, all that like overtime, all of that constant like it's like the body really has a purpose in life and it has a set of rules and foundations to be in, but at the same time it's like okay, at the same time I don't know where I was going with that. I can't concentrate. So that's what's been really a very, very difficult thing to do is concentrating, and I'm like trying to do so right now by just trying to breathe, trying to look at my face, trying to just let go of what isn't for me and everything and all of that. So let's get into that state of mode, okay? If you're here for a reason. I allow God, the angels, the universe to speak through me so that I'm able to output and give out to the people and these people watching me and the people that are after me to continue this train, because as I keep receiving and I keep maintaining, it is not as difficult as before, and hearing that it should be easier and that it should not be as excruciating as it's been before in my past lives, I get this sense of like my ego speaking to me and telling me and asking me and debating with me, like why do you want more? Isn't this enough? And just gives me this like, it automatically gives me this veil, right? So as I'm trying to open up my mind, as I'm trying to have God talk to me, as I'm trying to have myself sit with the universe, as I'm trying to speak out to my angels so that I'm protected, I get this sense that I am being forcibly shunned and forcibly like advocating silence. But I feel like it's only for just a small period of time, for maybe a season. Maybe it's, honestly, it doesn't even feel like a season. It feels like I need to be quiet for like a second and then I'll be okay, which is so weird. Like, and you know, that comes into like into like when you're speaking, especially now I'm speaking, I know I should just calm down, let it arise, let it come out of me, let it flow. But there's always this restraint where it's like I don't want to say the wrong thing to the wrong person. I don't want to say, like, I don't think I could say the wrong thing. I just know that it's not going to be, like, for the right people, right? I just feel that so strongly. So because it's not for the right people, and because in the past I've said things that genuinely have so much power, have so much meaning, and then it's taken so lightly, and then it's only until I'm gone, it's only until time passes that they're able to realize, or I'm able to realize, honestly, that it was much more than what any of us have said or any of us could have expected. But so this, like, forced forced way of being, or like forced, I'm being forced to like concentrate, I'm being forced to read a book, I'm being forced to live in this life where I'm just supposed to be getting paid for how I live, basically. So if I'm moving in this trajectory, in this movement, I have to ask myself, what should I be doing? And I ask God, and I ask the universe, I ask the angels to guide me, and it all comes down to just letting it be. There's this, like, there's this hunger inside of me that it's like I can't let myself get too hungry because then I'll be too greedy, and I can't let myself starve because then I won't have enough, and I can't let myself have everything I want because then I won't want anything else. I won't know what to ask for. But it's like beyond that, I can ask and I can just receive, just like that. Like I can ask. Okay, let's think of it right now. I want to have a real life example, okay, so that I can show you guys how this genuinely works. And as I'm thinking, I'm like, there's too many things there's too many things that I have to ask for in order to be at least okay when I do receive some of it. But even that, I need to, like, that thought of I need to be something, like, I don't need to be doing absolutely anything, actually. I will achieve this. I will. It's like compromising with myself to strictly, when I get these thoughts of doubt, when I get I should be doing, or this isn't right, or what should I be doing, should, it's like I should instead be saying, I am going to let the energy flow. I'm gonna sit in this sea. I'm gonna pedal on this bike. I'm gonna float on this water. I'm gonna let this limousine take me. This is what I'm seeing. Like, I am going to let the water fall on my face. I'm going to allow myself to be in this new conjunction of receiving and outputting, and giving back, and receiving and outputting and giving back. And it's like this whole, like, it's like a universal thing. And then when I see the loop, it's literally the entire world. It's a loop, and as the loop is going, it's like veiling the whole world. It's like moving like that. Like, imagine this line is just moving like that, and then there's this other thing that is like going around it, and it's like protecting it, and it's like, ooh, it's moving the energy how it should, and everybody is up, and everybody is awake, and everybody is doing exactly what they need to be doing at this precise moment, so that when we come together, when we elaborate on this perfect divine plan, we don't just do it without thinking or without regards to our own future or our own past or the literal precedents of presence, prediments, precedents. pessimistic. Tending to see the worst aspects of things or believe that the worst will happen. Whoa. That might be me. But the part of a part of the process is identifying, and this is perfect. I looked up a word because, or like I'm looking up, like I can't think of the word, I'm looking up the word, and it's like being pessimistic about the present, about the future, about all of it, doesn't lead you to have that it's like guaranteed flow. I don't know. A correlation discombobulated by what you know doesn't intake your desires, because what do you really know? Okay, and then once we ask and once we list, once we sit down with what we are and what we know, meditation, sitting down, literally doing absolutely nothing, not speaking a single word, not even like listening, because like I'm big on listening, and I'll listen and I'll listen and I'll listen to all these podcasts, to all these songs that are always giving me like subliminal messages throughout it all. Like, and yesterday I was on live, and I was like talking about music, and I was like I forgot what I said. It was like a feeling that I got, but it was like how music like can take away from you. And I used to say like music, I remember having a conversation with my mom, and I was like, music is starting to feel so dead. But because I felt so dead, because I told myself time and time and time again, I want to kill myself. Well, that's exactly what happened. I wanted to kill myself. I followed in that footsteps, and slowly but surely I was killing myself. And though I might have told myself I didn't know, though I might have told myself I wasn't sure, and I didn't know any better at those times, like I know now that by saying I want to kill myself, and by directing that and by saying that so many times and time after time, it got integrated into my function. And then that's who I became. That's the person, the Stephanie that I became. The Stephanie, maybe she is there as in like currently speaking, she still might want to be that way, but she's so like this with all of her traits that if something does arise, it bounces back on the other side, and it like just eventually balances itself out. But because I created that like it's like a little like web or like tool or something, I don't know how to put it into words yet, but it's like it's all working in my head. And so it's like lists. It's like I made all these lists, and each list is like a brick, and in the brick I can like open the brick, and it's like this big ton of papers just opening out, and it's all my lists. But like that's just one brick. Go to the next brick, there's gonna be so much more and so much more. And so each of those bricks is creating this house inside of my head, where it's like where I can be home, you know. And I'm like, I'm so happy that I'm like, damn, if that were to break, or if that house in my head so called were to collapse, like I'll just go find another one, and I'll make it better than before. And oh my god, I want to cry because I want to cry because the overwhelming sense that I get, it just makes me automatically put myself in other people's shoes. And then I'm like, Stephanie, do you need a hug? And then I'm like, yeah. But I feel like we all need that. I feel like we all need somebody right now, like at this precise moment, to tell us and to tell you that you are beautiful and that you are enough, and that whatever it is that you went through doesn't define you, and you don't need to like I hate saying the word hate, but I hate hearing other people's words, because like you don't need to be hearing other people's words and like what they have to say about you, because it's been like so harsh. Like I've heard so many harsh things, and because my brain works the way it works, it replays those harsh things to be this like agonizing and like treacherous demon that continues like frolicking in my brain. And it's like, okay, you could stay there, but eventually, you know, you have to go. And it's like, now it's the time where it's like I'm kicking it out. Like, you have to go. There's no space for you here anymore. I moved my new things, I moved places. You're not here, and there's no space for you here anymore. Absolutely no space. And with that comes and arises this form of like regret and insincerity to my true self, because it's like, do I feel grief because they're out of here, or do I feel in their shoes because they're out of there? Either way, I'm just like so starstruck that it happened the way it happened and everything is just colliding now. But you know, I can talk about how grateful I am all day, every day, all the time. And that's what's going to make me happy. But more so in this picture of like how we need, like, I want to hold your hand. And like, that's all I want to do. I just want to hold your hand. I just want to hold your hand. Just hold your hand. So yeah, we're gonna leave this here at that. Just remember, you're not alone. I'm here. I'm here. As much as it doesn't feel like it, like I am here for you, and I'm holding your hand, and I'm not letting go. So yeah, this is video one. So yeah, until the next video, okay? Peace and love.